ladies. Sorry, YouTube took its time to connect me. Also, we are not going to do a full hour today because, as you know, we had some, what the heck, some severe weather last night. It was supposed to be super severe. It wasn't so severe. And the storm that was supposed to come all over Oklahoma City and maybe spawn a tornado actually split, and it went right on each side of me, so I didn't have any issues. The thing is that I still didn't go to bed till after midnight, so I guess also the fact that I'm all tense during those times makes me not be very makes me tired the next day. Elaine, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for you and everybody in that area tonight, because I know you're supposed to have bad storms. Hopefully it will be the same kind of bad that it was here. There was some hail, but there was no tornado. Hi, Sweet Pea. Hi, Sharon. So what I wanted to show you just a little bit what you can do with a barbed cane. And I will be making the barbed canes, obviously, but there is also, give me just a second, there is also a tutorial on how to make one. It's one of my first tutorials when I didn't have yet a very good equipment, so the quality of the video is not that HD, but it's still viewable. So let's go ahead and start it. What I have here, I have alizarin crimson and cadmium yellow and white. I just, you know, that I'm just hooked the combination with the Skinner blends with alizarin crimson and cadmium yellow. That's my thing. And then I have another Skinner blend that's jungle green, cadmium yellow, and a touch of white. And another thing that I'm going to use is some black. So, hi Kelly. So let's go ahead and work both of them at the same time, pretty much. And I will show you what different things you can do with the barbed cane, what is exceptionally good for. And I think I need my bigger blade, longer blade. So this one you can get from Tiny Pandora. It comes with one of her packages. I forgot which one, but if you go on her website, you can get it. So I had my Skinner blend, and now I'm going to get it into a long strip, and I'm going to make a roll out of it. And you can make the rolls, it's depending on what you're trying to do. You can do the light end in the middle or the dark end in the middle. And this one I'm going to do it with the dark end in the middle, and this one I'm going to do it with the light end in the middle, just so you can see the various. So I'm making it in such a way that my strip will be at a manageable width. So remember this, whatever you choose to be in the center of it will become the tip. Okay? So I'm going to get this through the machine. And there are, in the video that I linked, there are some other suggestions on what to do with this cane. But as I said, I'm going to do the yellow and green one with the light part in the middle. That's going to become the tip of the whole barb cane. The barb cane, I don't even know why it's called like that. It does have a very slight resemblance to barbed wire. And there's a gentleman who did a barbed wire cane, but I forgot the name. I'm gonna look and link it to you. Okay, so we got this one. And let's do the second one. As I said, the second one is going to be with the darker part in the middle. And of course you can do all kinds of elements with the barbed cane, but that's entirely up to you what you decide to do. I need it to be a little bit stockier than this. Okay, so the next part of it is cut it in four. And then I'm going to grab a piece of black and get it a little bit thinner than the thickest setting. I'm going on a 4. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is pull. So you're going to get a lot of the color pulled up. I do need to get some. Hi, Christina. I need to get me some more clays, but that's going to happen next month. As for some of the stuff that I need to do, I'm running out of white and black, which are always the most important thing, right? Okay, and I'm going to give it, and be very careful on this. So I'm not using the black, or you would ask otherwise, why don't you put the black from the very beginning? Because I don't want it to go all the way. Hi, Ilyanka. So this would be about, see, I'm only putting it on the top, and I got myself a sign with my fingernail. You can use a utensil, an implement, but I have fingernails. I know I'm not very orthodox when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I'm going to put the black here, and it's a little bit too long. Yeah, yesterday we had 85 degrees. Today the high is 61. So yes, I did restart my heater. Okay, so now I will be continuing with a little bit of pulling but mostly flattening. So a little bit of pull and then simply flatten. And you'll have to make sure to come back and check if you got everything at the same width. So again, a little bit of pulling of this black and then flatten. It's a pretty easy to make cane, except for the Skinner blend that you need to work on, obviously. So pull a little bit of the black over the most outer color. And you can use white, you can use all kinds of other colors. And then make sure that they are all the same length. The same height, not the same length, the same height. And the last one. And then you simply put them together. And as you can see, you have a very pretty thing happening. Now, I'm going to gently reduce this a little bit. And what do you think you can do with all this? First of all, let me reduce it a little bit more, just to, and then I'm going to have to do something unheard of. So I want to elongate it, right? So I can make two out of it. So I can show you two different variants of stuff to do with it. One of them will be a very simple bead that will nevertheless be very pretty. So let's cut this in half. And then get it to a triangle. And simply reduce the triangle. Remember, when you reduce a triangle, you only press on the edge, and don't press on the sides, because otherwise it's going to turn like this. Make sure that your clay stays nice and nimble. opacity. And you can reduce it even more to get directly 6 out of this, but right now I'm going to just put it into a circle. And by the way, you can do this with any kind of colors. To give you a few ideas, this looks beautiful with like half white, half translucent with glitter in it instead of the yellow, and simply black instead of the green. You can put some glitter in the black as well. Also works beautiful with various hues of violet, like you can have dark violet instead of the green, and the lavender, remember the new color in Primo, lavender, for the instead of a yellow. So, let's make it a circle. And as usual, you start like an hourglass shape to make sure none of the middle will stay behind. Some of it will, but you know, it happens always. Oops. And I'm going to use the wastage to make the inside of the bead. And your bead has to be about 2/3 of the slice size. I mean the inside of the bead. So let's see. That is perfect. And which, again, it's up to you which of these you want to be. Inside or outside, and simply put together the ends. I know you get more almost like a lentil bead, but you're going to get it back on track here in a minute. Of course, you can use this with metallic, like to give you an idea, if you use gold or silver instead of the green, and translucent instead of the yellow, with a touch of black here, or gold, not silver, with a touch of black here, it's going to look absolutely fabulous, but you'll have to varnish. Okay, the second one is, actually it should be pretty much on how to make an easy leaf cane. What I'm going to do is this. You practically flatten on one of the sides with the dark part. And as you can see, we are going to get a leaf cane. Super easy, huh? And And the more complicated version of this, actually, I keep saying that I need to redo that tutorial with better quality equipment. It's give me a second. Especially if you're into making all kinds of miniatures things. Is this. The Colliers. Hi, Colleen. And it is, let me mute it and go towards the end so you can see the finished result. It's very similar to the barbed cane. We all love Colliers because of all the colors that they have, but this is how you can do it. Okay, let's get back to our thing. Hi, Darla. Now let's do a flower with this one, and it's going to be very simple and very easy, kind of like in the same style. Only that on this one I am not going to put anything here, but I will be putting something to be the middle of the flower. And the same thing as before, I'm just pulling and making sure that they are all the same height. Oops, excuse me. But there's going to be just a little bit of another inclusion here. I'm sorry, Darla. I hope everything gets better for you. So whatever you decide to use as a filling, I'm going to grab some translucent here. Contaminated stuff. And we are going to place this in between the alizarin crimson tops. Like this, and I need one more to go on the ends, but it's going to have to be about half the size of the others because these are going to come together. And once again, I am making sure everything stays together. And as I said, I'm going to put something in the middle, and you can use practically anything, but this is how we are going to roll. And I'm going to do that only when I get to put the 3 together. And yes, it's going to be wrapped in translucent. And you can use translucent or whatever else you want to use for the in between the petals and the wrapping part. It's entirely up to you what you want to use. But I will show you how to make the middle out of the wastage. It will work just fine. Okay, so I'm going to grab the ends. They're good. Grab this other end. Good. Now cut this in 3. Of course, if you're not very good at eyeballing, sometimes I am. If you're not very good at eyeballing, you can just use a ruler, obviously. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to get it into a roll, and then into a string. It's obviously too big for what I'm trying to do, so I'm going to just grab half of it. Okay. And just keep doing this until the slice shows that it's quite tiny, and it is quite tiny. Let me just do it one more time, just for the road, so to speak. And this should be just perfect. I'm going to use only half of it now, obviously. So you see, I didn't make this part too sharp, because what we need to do is to actually get this in half and then place it here. And this one, you might have to cut more out of it, but always check both ends. And I think we are good. And just grab the extras here. And I know it looks very much like this other one, but this is a flower. You can use obviously you can use it for beads as well. Okay, now let's grab this. Put it together here, make it obviously round. and then wrap it in translucent. Just a minute. A little bit more, so let me go one. One thickness down. And there you go. Oops, I didn't cut where I thought I did. And there we go. We have a very pretty flower. And this kind of stuff you can use with what I showed you last week as well. And you can make, excuse me, I have allergies. You can also make beads with this. And next time I'm actually going to show you how to make a sea animal with a barbed cane. Alright, it's going to be a more complicated barbed cane, but it will be fabulous, I promise you. And again, apologies for not being very long today, but I am so tired. And this is going to be something because apparently, I don't know if you noticed, but in the last couple years, all our severe weather has been mostly during the night. So it might be a theme for this year as well. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope you enjoy playing with your barbed canes, and I shall see you all next Sunday. Have a wonderful week.